bookworms, I'm Becca. Today I am really excited to talk to you guys about Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. This book centers around a girl named Claudia who accidentally overhears the breakup of Paige and Iris, the it couple at her school. So when Claudia and Iris find themselves thrown together against their will in a school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, along with Gideon, who might be the goofiest, sweetest, cutest boy that Claudia has ever known, Claudia and Iris are in for a very interesting senior year. In a world where so many young adult books are able to just slide through with basic run-of-the-mill plots and dialogue, I was pleasantly surprised to find smart, witty characters, perfectly timed one-liners, and subtle jokes sprinkled throughout the story. Emma Mills really has a way of making the reader feel like they are truly a part of the world, and that can be a difficult thing to accomplish. I felt like I was there with Claudia helping make the costumes, like I was with the group of friends hanging out at movie nights, like I was witnessing late night heart-to-hearts between best friends and sharing in inside jokes with the characters. I was part of this world. Another interesting point to add is that because the production that was being put on was A Midsummer Night's Dream, the plot in the book loosely parallels the plot of the play, so it's like a loose kind of retelling, which makes this book absolutely perfect for theater nerds like me. There's one more little element that pertains to writing that I need to touch on because I have never read anything quite like it in a contemporary book. Emma Mills does this thing that I don't really know how to explain and how to put into words, but I'll do my best. It happened in Famous in a Small Town and blew my mind. So when it happened again in Foolish Hearts, it just cemented the fact that Emma Mills is one of my favorite authors. She does this thing where, because of the pacing of the book, which is incredibly well paced by the way, a lot of tiny moments with side characters specifically are presented in a manner where at face value they come off as just little character quirks, but at some point in the story they are revealed to have a much bigger and deeper meaning to the overall story. I can only describe it as feeling like the puzzle pieces are falling into place and it's causing everything to make more sense and giving different dimensions to the characters in the grand scheme of the story. It's like that moment in the movie where you get a piece of information that causes you to see parts of the movie that happened before in a different way. And so the movie flashes back and you are able to see all of these moments in a new, unique way because of this piece of information. Now, the book doesn't actually flash back to these moments, but once you get this key piece of information, these key little scenes, it just blows my mind at the depth that it adds to the side characters, which is something that we are always asking for in young adult book. We always, constantly are saying that it feels like the side characters are two-dimensional. Well, not in Emma Mills books, let me just tell you. Every single character feels like an actual, real, whole person, and that is one of the most difficult things to achieve. And Emma Mills does it in the most brilliant of ways. I could go on and on and on about this all day long because honestly, it is one of the best writing devices that I have ever read in my life, and I'm not even kidding. Speaking of characters, at the end of the day, the story is about acceptance and being vulnerable and loving people for exactly who they are in that moment, and that is so beautiful, especially in a young adult book. We need more of that in young adult books. We see Claudia's lifelong friendship with her best friend Zoe juxtaposed with a really beautiful blossoming friendship between Claudia and Iris, and I loved it. The characters have hobbies that I feel like in normal society might often be judged, like theater or online RPGs or being obsessed with a boy band or having a really quirky, fun personality. But in this book, none of the characters are judged for who they are or what they like. Instead, they come together not only to accept and validate their friends, but ultimately to use it as a bonding moment to learn more about the hobby and in turn the character. And I think that that is really special. It's incredibly real and mature, and honestly, it's exactly what is supposed to happen if you're in a friendship or relationship where you love someone that much. You want to learn more about the things that they love because that is what makes people special. And I feel like we don't often see that in young adult books or in books in general. And so it's really refreshing to read about it and to be able to connect to characters in that way. This book also has an adorable slow burn romance that was lovely to read. Over the course of the book, Claudia has a lot of internalized feelings of not feeling worthy of love or friendship after her own very messy breakup. So we get to see Claudia go on this journey of realizing that it's okay to be vulnerable and that she has people in her life that are genuine and genuinely care about her and love her for who she is and what she likes, and they aren't fake about it. And I needed that in my life, real talk. I needed to read exactly this in exactly this moment of my life. Emma Mills is a brilliant and underrated author that I feel like people are sleeping on, honestly. Foolish Hearts is a beautifully real story about Claudia navigating intense friendships and tentative romance. It's a story about expanding your horizons and learning to be vulnerable and accepting people for who they are. Obviously, I adored this book to no end, and as soon as I finished it, I wanted to start it over from the beginning. I want to stay and live in this world for just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. And for all of those reasons and probably more, I gave Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills 5 out of 5 stars. So there you guys go. I hope that you enjoyed my thoughts and feelings about a new favorite book of mine, honestly. And I hope that I inspired you to go pick up some of Emma Mills' books because they are so good, you guys. And I feel like she doesn't get the love and appreciation that she deserves. And we all deserve a little bit of that in life, don't you think? If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below to see more bookish videos. That's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time. Bye!